against its knees. By the cracks of his skin I climbed to the top. I climbed the tree to see.
10 minutes past the hour, December 26th, and we need to talk about something here on the show. We need to talk about the passing of Jacob Ranton, forward for the Memorial University Seahawks. I have a few things to say here, so I'm just going to get right to it. Jacob, arguably the best player for the Seahawks in the fall semester. He was one of the most reliable players, actually, for Coach Benoit. His enthusiasm, his love to play the game, and the breakout year that he was on was seen by his relentless hustle on the floor, playing the most minutes per game on his team, as well as leading his team in scoring. Good for third in the AUS. At 6'8", Jacob, he had a presence about him. On the basketball court, he could take the ball inside. He could shoot the three. He was always someone you could count on, have your back. A role model you could always look up to. Off the court, he was someone, a fun-loving guy. He was gentle giant, and you could always spend the good and the bad times with him. A truly special person who touched so many people during his time. Typically strong academic in his second year of his business degree, Jacob, it seemed, was enjoying the best that the varsity life had to offer him, which is why it is so devastating to our Seahawks community that I must regretfully inform you, Jacob passed away this past Monday night, December 22nd, at the young age of 20. This sudden realization to his family that, and they quote, that their world had been turned upside down, occurred Tuesday morning when Jacob didn't return home. He had come home late and left a note on the counter telling his parents that he was taking the car to go out get some food. He never came home. Reasons for this unexpected death are still uncertain, though many people have theories. I'm not going to discuss hypotheticals on this show. We must remain true to the facts, and the facts are that his body was discovered by people walking the Mill Race Trail along the Conestoga River about 11 a.m. in the Waterloo, Ontario area. Waterloo Regional Police Staff Sergeant Mike Hafner, he reported that the injuries sustained to the body at the time of discovery were consistent with that of a fall from the nearby train bridge. As the investigation is still ongoing, and as far as I'm aware, it has not yet been labeled as suicide or if foul play was involved. But we, as a community of Seahawks, are taking this one as a suicide. His death has left many, many unanswered questions. As a friend of the family said on Christmas Eve day, it was almost impossible to predict any of this, as there was just no signs of depression or problems at school. Jacob had been home in his hometown of Waterloo, Ontario, for almost a week, and everything seemed perfectly normal. In an article done by therecord.com, you can get that online, and that's where I'm sourcing much of my information to help avoid speculation. It states that he was enjoying his vacation, watching football with friends, hitting golf balls with his younger brother Trevor, who is going to Indiana University on a golf scholarship next year. He attended practice at his old high school, Waterloo Collegiate Institute, and just spending a lot of time with friends and family. Jacob is survived by his mother, his father, his brother, and the entire Seahawks community. We want to offer our condolences here on the show to the Ranton family as they struggle through this truly difficult time. To the Ranton family, we want to know that your son we want to let you know that your son, he will truly be missed. If anyone is alone here on these holiday seasons, in these holiday days, know that you can reach out to people and help cope with this loss. Many of us, we're still trying to deal with understanding how to cope with this grief. It's likely many of you have felt a sense of shock in the most recent days, being completely overwhelmed with emotion. It's normal. It's also likely that denial has taken hold, simply refusing to acknowledge the facts and the information being handed to you. This may have led to some guilt, which comes from the mistaken belief that we could have prevented this death from happening. In truth, no person out there can predict the future. I don't believe in psychics or anything like that, and nor can they know all the reasons for another person's actions. Human nature is going to tend to cause one to blame oneself when experiencing this kind of loss, rather than believing that it's simply out of our control. Getting over the oncoming mixed emotions of sadness and anger is important to reach acceptance. The ultimate goal of healing is to accept this tragic event as something that could not have been prevented and could not be changed. It doesn't mean that we should forget, though. Instead, acceptance is learning to live again and be able to reopen your heart while still remembering the person who has passed away. We must remain aware that the need to understand why is a dangerous path. Sometimes you may find answers to your questions, while other times you must learn to accept the fact that there are some things that people just aren't supposed to know, or there's no way that you can know. It's dangerous because we're all now at an increased risk as friends and family of Jacob for suicidal thoughts of our own. We must remember that these thoughts are likely to decrease over time, but we have to remain strong as a community and move forward. I want to take this time now to help give you guys some healthy ways to cope with grief and loss, because I know we all need it. First off, be sure to seek support. Seek support of your family and friends. Be there for one another. If you need further support and you're here in the St. John's community, Memorial University offers a counseling center. It's open Monday through Friday, 9 to 5 p.m. 9 a.m. to 5 p.m., that is. If you're currently a registered student here at Memorial, the service is free to you. If you're seeking someone professional who is equipped with the tools to help you cope, you need to make an appointment prior to speaking with a counselor. Feel free to call the center. Please do so, in fact. 864-8874. That's their phone number. If you want to find more information, all of this information is available online on Memorial University's Counseling Center page. Just Google MUN Counseling Center. That's all you need to Google. It's the first hit. And all the information is there. Second, be patient. As you may feel a range of emotions, guys, know that people around you are also dealing with these emotions. It takes time to heal. You need to set limits for yourself. And give yourself the okay from once in a while to say no to certain things that may come your way. Remember that this is a difficult time to be making big decisions, especially when you're feeling overwhelmed. Let the time pass, as difficult as it is. Thirdly, stay present. Express yourself. Get in there. Whether you choose to express yourself and your feelings privately to friends and family, or on a radio show like this one, that's your prerogative. Whatever it takes to help you feel better. But if you don't feel like talking, be sure to set aside each day some time to grieve. Acknowledgement will help us deal with this problem, with this tragic event. Finally, allow yourself to take part in life again, guys. Laughter is a healing process, and it's okay to cry. Hop back on your daily routine as soon as you can, because a sense of normalcy can really help. Make sure to eat well, exercise when you can, and avoid excessive alcohol or other drugs. That will make this healing process even harder for you. Remember, losing someone like this is a roller coaster. The highs and lows are very intense, as well as everything in between. Jacob was a beautiful soul, and losing someone like this can really make it all feel intense, very intense. Remind yourself that there are healthy ways to help deal with this loss. Seek the resources which are available to you. Reach out, family, friends, anyone who can provide the support. Know that we will never get over this loss, but in time, we can heal from it. It's been over 2 years now since the passing of Aaron Bursey, volleyball standout here for the Memorial Seahawks as well. Maybe some of these wounds have reopened, but know that it's really touching. It hits us deep here in our Seahawks community. For those of you that really need this time, I'm going to take a moment of silence now to remember the life of Jacob Ranton. Bright life for all of us to follow. Rest in peace, my friend. Know that our thoughts are with you, our prayers go to you. If you see any of the Seahawks men's basketball team, take a moment, stop, give them a hug, just let them know it's going to be okay. We'll have more information for you in the future, but for now, we just want to know and let the family know and everyone else around town know that you're not going to be forgotten and you're surely going to be missed. I'm going to take this moment right now. We'll be right back after a little bit of a song. I saw on Jacob's Facebook page, one of his friends did this cover for this song, and I've been playing it. It hits really deep, so just take a moment, listen to this, and when we come back, we'll be talking with Steven Adams. We're going to switch gears a little bit, and we're going to take a little bit of a brighter, higher note as we try to move forward here on the show and move forward with everything that's happening around us. So this is To Build a Home by the Cinematic Orchestra.
This is a place where I don't feel alone. This is a place where I feel at home. By the cracks of his skin I climb